Hello everyone, welcome to Arka Science, and today in this video I will be talking about the transit of Mercury into the sign of Sagittarius for all 12 ascendant signs. On 27th of November 2023, Mercury has already entered the sign of Sagittarius, and during this transit the stay of Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius will be a bit long as compared to its normal usual transits in other signs, because during this transit, Mercury will also turn retrograde into the sign of Sagittarius, which will account for its long stay. So therefore, this transit of Mercury into the sign of Sagittarius is going to be very important. Now, let us talk about the important dates. So on 27th of November, Mercury enters Sagittarius. It comes out the sign of Scorpio, where it was previously conjunct with Sun and Mars. So now at this moment of time when Mercury is in Sagittarius, it is out of any affliction. In fact, it is under the aspect of Jupiter, which is a benefic aspect, which is a good thing. Although Jupiter is retrograde, but still the aspect of Jupiter is always benefic, very auspicious, benevolent. So in that regard, the transit of Mercury into the sign of Sagittarius will be considered very good. At least what I feel, that it is a very good transit. Next comes that normally Mercury is a very fast moving planet. That means the daily motion, the longitudinal degree wise transit of Mercury happens to be a bit fast. But in this sign of Sagittarius, Mercury will eventually prepare to turn retrograde. So the daily motion transit degree wise will decrease, or it will reduce day by day. So on 13th of December, so that means almost 2 weeks from now, on 13th of December, Mercury will turn retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius, and it will move backwards. Now here comes the important part. Eventually Mercury will move backwards and it will re-enter the sign of Scorpio. Now that will happen on 28th of December. On 28th of December, Mercury again crosses the fire-water interface, that is the Gandanta. It moves back into the sign of Scorpio, into the Jyestha nakshatra. Okay. Now, on 2nd of January, that means on 28th of December, it moves back into Scorpio. On 2nd of January, Mercury turns direct within the Jyestha nakshatra. Again it will move forward. Now since Mercury turns direct on 2nd of January, so it will take some time to regain its space, its speed. So it will move forward. On 7th of January, Mercury moves forward and it will re-enter the sign of Sagittarius again. But as I said, that it will take some time to regain its pace. On 7th of January, when it enters Sagittarius again, it will be in conjunction with Sun and Mars, but slowly and gradually Mercury will pick up its speed. Mercury will travel then whole of Sagittarius again, and it will re-enter, or I will say that it will leave Sagittarius and it will enter the sign of Capricorn on 1st of February. So as you can see that on 27th of November 2023, it enters Sagittarius, and all this motion changes, retrograde, direct, and so many things happens, and finally Mercury leaves Sagittarius for the last time, that is finally on 1st of February 2024. So basically it's a very long transit of Mercury into the sign of Sagittarius. For few days in between, it will cross the Gandanta, it will enter the sign of Scorpio again. That will be for a span of very few days, almost I will say around 9 days basically. But apart from that, the most of the stay for Mercury will be in the sign of Sagittarius. So you can understand that if you are having a very prominent sign Sagittarius in your horoscope, like suppose if you are having ascendant, sun, moon, or if you are having multiple planets into the sign of Sagittarius, then this transit of Mercury is going to be very important for you. Secondly, Mercury rules the sign of Gemini and Virgo. Now you see, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces, these four signs, they forms the kendras, they forms the quadrants. So for all of these four signs, wheresoever these four signs lie in your horoscope, if you are having any prominent planetary energy associated with these four signs, be it ascendant, moon, sun, or any other planets projected over there, or suppose if you are running through any dasa related to these signs, means lord of these signs means Mercury or Jupiter or any planet projected over there, then this transit of Mercury is going to be very important, play a very important role, and also going to give you much more impact or results in some higher magnitude. Okay, so you have to check the horoscope in that regard and also check the transit in that perspective. Now I'm not saying about only the sun, moon and ascendant. I'm also talking about if you are having any specific high amount of planetary energies, like suppose multiple planets are aspecting it or multiple planets are projected over it. In that regard also it is going to give you very good results, or I will say not only good results but also results you can take it in the fact that some high impact, good or bad, that will depend upon the planets, that will depend upon the whole horoscope, but yes, it will impact you in some high magnitude. And why now? Because you see, Mercury, since normally it moves very fast, so it gives results very fast. You may think it in that way that, oh, you know, Mercury moves very fast, so it will be like it is just a matter of time. Don't forget that since Mercury moves very fast, it will not give you time to rethink. The things happens very fast. Had it been Saturn, had it been Jupiter, it will take some time to grow the things. Like Saturn will never give you results overnight. It will take time. Okay, but Mercury, on a flash of a moment, like suppose everything was okay and next day morning you had a fight with someone. Okay, that's how the communication factor comes. That's how intelligence and Mercury works. Okay. Now, if we talk about the retrogression of Mercury, here one more important part comes. You see, on 26th of December, I am talking about on 26th of December, Mercury will be in retrograde motion. It will be preparing to leave the fire interface of Sagittarius and enter the water interface of Scorpio. That will be a time when Mars will also prepare to leave Scorpio and enter the sign of Sagittarius. So it will be very close to each other, but Mercury will be in the fiery side, that is in the Moola nakshatra, and Mars will be in the watery side, in the Jyestha nakshatra on 26th of December. Although if you check the degree wise, that planetary degree wise space, you will see that they are very close to each other. So Mars and Mercury will be in Gandanta, very close to each other, and they won't be in the same sign. They will be in opposite, means in the other signs, and very close to each other. They will be basically preparing for a planetary war then. On 27th, what happens? Mars crosses the line. Mars enters Sagittarius, but Mercury is still in Sagittarius. It has not crossed the line. So that means the degree wise space decreases on 27th. On 28th, Mercury moves back into Scorpio, and on 29th what happens? They takes a bit more space. So starting from 26th till 29th, that will be a time where there can be some outrage of emotions, some fierce communications. Now, wheresoever the sign Sagittarius and Scorpio lies in your horoscope, matters related to those houses will be either interacted very fiercely, outrage of emotions. There can be like some anger, fights. And see, if I'm saying it, it means that we need to be careful regarding particular those 4 days. That is very important, because first of all, uh, Mercury and Mars, they will be like moving towards each other. That also at the Gandanta, that also means you can say that Jyestha nakshatra and Moola nakshatra, they are getting activated. So it's a very vital moment. And one thing, during that particular time, I will also say that don't make any sudden plans for moving to some long distance travels and all. Don't do that. Any important decisions during that particular time should be avoided. And I really mean it, because it will be like out of nothing you took some decision. One more thing I will add here. If you look into the horoscope of that particular 4 days, you will see that moon initially will be in the Punarvasu nakshatra. Then it will enter the sign of Cancer. So basically, Cancer is the 4th house of emotions. So during that particular time, you will see from 26, 27, 28th and 29th, you will see that moon will also make a transit into the sign of Cancer. So you can understand that how powerful that particular 4 days are. If you are unable to control our energies and emotions, and basically our intellect also, then it may lead to some kind of unnecessary stuffs. And later on, when what will happen, when Mercury again it will turn direct and all, later on we may feel that maybe we could have controlled ourselves. It could have been avoided. So these are the things which needs to be taken into account. Okay, now let us talk about the influence of Mercury into the sign of Sagittarius, because you see, as I said, that it will be a very long transit for Mercury, except those 9 days when Mercury will be re-entering into the sign of Scorpio. Okay, so the important part here is that we have to be very careful that if suppose we are having any malefic planet, specifically I am talking about natural malefic planet. If you are having any natural malefic planet posited into the sign of Sagittarius, then we need to be especially careful when Mercury is entering the sign of Sagittarius, or this transit into the sign of Sagittarius, because Mercury has a tendency to grabs the energy of the sign of the planets over it is transiting over. Now it has some positive sides also. The positive side will be at that, you see, Mercury is intelligence. If suppose it is transiting over some malefic planet, what will happen, and suppose the house is good, like suppose if it is 3rd house, 6th house or 11th house, then it will give you very good results. Means what will happen, suddenly your intelligence will be very mechanical, and you will feel that okay, let me do this and let my work will be done. But suppose if it is transiting, suppose in your 4th house or 1st house, so it may lead to depression or anger depending upon which planet it is. Suppose if it is Saturn, so suddenly it may make you feel that everything is so depressive, or something getting so wrong. Or if it is Mars, it may increase your anger. Okay, so it will depend upon if any malefic planet is posited over there. Suppose if it is a benefic planet, the things will be much more better than for you in that case. Okay, because what I feel that now, at least now, Mercury is not under any malefic influence during this transit. In fact, it is in some benefic influence of Jupiter. So suppose in your chart Mercury is well posited, and the sign of Sagittarius is also well spaced, and it is unafflicted to some extent. Suppose if I talk about that, suppose in your chart Mercury is well placed and sign of Sagittarius is unafflicted, in that case this transit of Mercury is going to give very good results. Now it will definitely depend upon other things also. I am just talking about some general things. In that case, this transit of Mercury is going to give you very good results. Now another thing here is to be understood is that Sagittarius is a neutral sign for Mercury. Mercury takes Jupiter as neutral, whereas Jupiter takes Mercury as inimical. Okay. Now Sagittarius is a fiery sign. Mercury is a planet which rules over Prithvi Tattva, earthy element. Mercury is also intelligence and communication. As I said, that Mercury will grab the information. It is a very curious planet. It will grabs the total information over which it is transiting. Sagittarius is all about truth, wisdom, value system. So this is a time during this particular span of 2 months when our communication or our way of expressing ourselves, our intelligence, to some extent it may become like somewhat related to very harsh truth. All of a sudden it will be like, suppose you say something, you are saying the truth, you are saying the things which are real, but it may sound very harsh at times. That is the reason back in the days people used to say, or the wise people, they personally say that Mercury in Sagittarius usually does not do very good. This is the only reason for that. Now you can take it in positive way also, that yes, what is wrong in it if I say the truth? What is wrong in it if I become honest? There is nothing wrong in it. But the problem is that when we have a tendency to say the things true or to preach the things which are good, which are very honest, the people who are listening it, for them it may seem to be very bitter, because they may feel that, oh, it's the thing is true but I cannot take it. They may feel it as bitter. Now the person who is speaking all these things, that person can have a wrong attitude. Depending upon the horoscope, that person can also have a right attitude. Like suppose you want to make certain things very clear, that if you don't do this, the problems are going to come. So it will depend upon the mentality and the personality of the speaker also, that how you make the things understandable to others. But yes, during this particular 2 months I will say one thing, that we have to look into the positive sides. Suppose certain things you feel that needs to be addressed, so this Mercury will make you talk about it, make you communicate about it. And sometimes it may be like very raw truth, because see, truth is unadulterated. That is the reason I say raw truth. So you say something and that person will be like, oh my god, I wasn't expecting that. So this creates a problems in bondings between the peoples. Okay, if you are going through this kind of situation already, you may just write it down in the comments, or if you are feeling that something needs to be addressed or something needs to be talked with any one of it. Now wheresoever the sign Sagittarius lies in your horoscope, things related to that, all of a sudden you will feel that, you know, I have to speak it about it. This is the only reason that the wise peoples, they say that, you know, Mercury in Sagittarius isn't that good, because it creates problems in bonding and relationship. On the positive side, this Mercury will also allow you to have a good grasp over knowledge. Normally what happens, that these people who are having Mercury in Sagittarius, they are very good in communication, they are very good in studies, they have a very knack of getting new kind of knowledges, very optimistic ideas. That is the positive side. Now you will see that those kind of qualities will improve in your day-to-day life during this transit of Mercury, and that's how we have to use it in positive manner. Suppose, as I said, suppose you need to think, you need to address something to other person, you are thinking about it, talk about it in such a way that the other person may not feel hurt. Why I say? Because in the month of January, when Mercury re-enters on 7th of January, when Mercury re-enters Sagittarius, after it turns direct, it will be in conjunction with Mars and Sun. So that time it may happen that our way of communication may become a bit more harsh at times. Okay, so I will say that it is completely up to us how we control the emotions and control our intellect and energy towards the good things. Why I say good things? Because that's what Sagittarius is all about. Means something which takes us to divinity, optimistic ideas. Okay, so that is how we have to use this energy of Mercury in Sagittarius. Okay, now if you are new to this channel, I will really request you all to subscribe my channel and press the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video for all of you, you get notified instantly. And as I said, that the transit, any transit or anything will like this Mercury transit will have a different kind of impact for every one of us, depending upon which dasa we are running, which planet it is transiting over, and what is the overall nature of the planets with regards to the science in your horoscope. Okay, so definitely it will have a different kind of impact. So anytime if you want a consultation from me, check the links down in the description section. You can also mail me through my email ID or get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts, as I said. And so now I will start for all the 12 ascendant signs, and check it from your ascendant first, then check it from your moon. Okay, you can check it from your Mercury also, natal position of Mercury also, but first check it from your ascendant. So let us start with the Aries ascendant first. For the Aries ascendant people, Mercury rules your 3rd house and 6th house, and the transit of Mercury into the sign of Sagittarius is happening in your 9th house. So first of all, I will say the people who are associated with anything where you need to speak a lot or you need to communicate a lot, like suppose someone who is a teacher, mentor, preacher, or even someone who is a consultant, or like someone who does counseling, or if you are associated with any work related to mass communication, if you are a student of mass communication, media, journalism, in that case also this transit of Mercury is going to give you very good results. You will be able to learn new things, you will be able to transfer your wisdom, your knowledge in a more honest and true form to the other peoples with whom you are communicating. But here only one thing you need to be very careful, that since Sagittarius is a fiery sign and Sagittarius is the sign which indicates true form, truth, and also our value system, we need to be very careful that we only become very reasonable while we are transferring our knowledge and wisdom, because we should not become very stubborn at times, because that can create some kind of problems. Another thing, since I talk about truth, so when you are expressing your information, your knowledge, make sure that you are not hurting others, because at times you will see that truth is often called as bitter truth. Okay, so make sure regarding that. Another thing is that what I can see, that there can be a possibility of travels, specifically long travels with regards to studies and education. Wonderful time for the students for learning new things. If you are a Aries ascendant people, means and if you are a student, means it is a very good time for your education, for your learning, even for the competitive exams also. Suppose if you are participating in any kind of competition that can be related to your education, that can be related to any sports activity also, in that case also this transit of Mercury is going to give you very good results. In terms of religious activities, religious discourses or travels, I will say again it is a very good transit. There is a possibility that you may move to some long distance travels with your father or with the elders of your family, or it may also happen that you may move to meet your guru or listen to the words given to you by your father or your guru, which will be ultimately highly beneficial for you. So I will say that it's a wonderful transit for you. Make the most out of it. Another thing is that Suppose if you are also thinking for getting a kind of loan, or even borrowing some money for your work, for your business, in that case also this transit is going to give you very good results. Although in the sign of Virgo, in your 6th house, Ketu is transiting, but still I will say that depending upon the dasa, if dasa is favorable, then this transit will help you to get a loan, or if you are thinking for it, it will give you very good results. And the people who are specifically associated with law and philosophy, okay, or you are learning law and philosophy, in that case also this transit of Mercury is going to give you very good results. Since it is the 6th lord also transiting in the 9th house, you should be doing your work very righteously. Don't get into any kind of work which is not meant to be done. Okay, make sure regarding all these things your perform all these things, then it will give you very good results. Make the most out of it. That's it for the Aries ascendant people. For the Taurus ascendant people, Mercury is a very important planet for you. Mercury is your 2nd lord, and Mercury is also your 5th lord, and Mercury is transiting in the 8th house. Now here the foremost thing is that finances. Mercury rules your finances, your wealth, your values, your family matters. That is the 2nd house. Okay, and Mercury is transiting in the 8th house. That is the directly you see 2nd lord coming into the 8th house in the transit. So that means you have to be very careful regarding your expenditure. Some sudden expenditures can be there, some sudden misunderstandings with your family matters can be there during this particular time. Now since Mercury is looking onto the sign of Gemini, your 2nd house, that means although things will be initially the things may come like in some random way, but later on you will be able to counter it. Later on you will be able to look into it, and you will be able to solve it. But since it is 8th house, so you need to also be very careful that while you are handling money or money related matters, don't make any all of a sudden investments during this particular time. Don't do it, because it may create some expenditures, or you may also feel that you shouldn't have done so. Okay, now since 2nd lord is coming into the 8th house, and 8th house is also the house of joint assets, so during this particular time you may get some opportunity to have a new kind of collaboration with people, with other people, or there will be some matters where you need to handle the joint assets, or matter related to joint assets, or the things which are cooperatively maintained between you and your partner. Those matters will come onto you, the responsibilities will come onto you, and you have to perform it with your proper values and morals. Okay, this kind of things can be there. This will also improve the bonding between you and your in-laws, specifically if you are married. Okay, and you will be also able to follow up the responsibilities better in your married life, if suppose if you are married. Okay, now Mercury happens to be your 5th lord also. Now 5th lord transiting into the 8th house, I will say that you need to also be very careful regarding the health of your children, okay, during this particular time. And regarding studies and all, I will say that since 2nd house and 5th house also relates to studies and education, or the people who are associated with studies, education, and that kind of fraternity, so if you are a student during this particular time, you will be able to go deep down into research related work or research related studies. Or suppose if you are thinking that you need more concentration and focus in your studies, then this is a very wonderful time to take out some moment to have a deep down research into any kind of education you are going through. Okay, and it is also a time to go through the occult subjects. Suppose if you are interested in astrology and other occult sciences, then during this particular transit you are going to get a very good results. You will be able to follow up those kind of educations in a much more better manner. Okay, now as I said that there can be a chance of collaboration. So suppose if you are into business, or if you are thinking to collaborate in new kind of like partnership and all, then you will be able to have a better communication with regards to the responsibility, or with regards to the that distribution of responsibility and the other negotiation aspects between you and your partner due to the transit of Mercury into the 8th house. Yes, definitely. Since 2nd lord is also Marak, okay, and it is transiting in the 8th house, so you need to be very careful regarding your health also. Okay, because Mercury rules our nervous system, Mercury rules our basically the skin and all. So and it is in the fiery sign of Sagittarius, so there can be skin related issue, or you have to be very careful regarding any kind of ailment related to nervous system. So basically following the better health related discipline will be good for you, that will ultimately give you good results. One more thing what I will say is that there is a chance of some secret relationship, because Mercury happens to be your fifth lord. So, or I will also say that not only secret, but it may happen that all of a sudden someone may come in your life secretly. That can be a possibility. Okay, but I will say that since fifth house is also a house of dharma. Okay, and eighth house is 12th from ninth house. So whatever you do, I will say that try to follow the righteousness, try to follow the truthfulness. That will give you very good results, because don't forget Mercury will turn retrograde. So that will be a time when all the things will come up to the surface. Okay, so make sure that whatever you follow in your life, it should be with regards to truthfulness and lawfulness. That will be really good for you. Okay, make the most out of it. That's it for the Taurus ascendant people. For the Gemini ascendant people, Mercury rules your first house. It is the Lagna lord, and it is the fourth house lord also. Okay, and Mercury is transiting in the seventh house in the sign of Sagittarius. So the most important aspect of this transit is that you will be able to be more properly bonded in your relationship or in your partnership. Suppose if you are not in a relationship, then there is a chance that you may get into a relationship, or you may also get into some kind of marriage proposal. Suppose if you are expecting marriage or something like that, then this transit of Mercury is going to give you very good result, because it is a almost a 2 months transit. So it may also happen that if the dasha is supporting, if the other aspects of the horoscope is supporting, then there is a chance that during this particular transit you may get into some kind of marriage type of negotiations. Okay, some relationship part will be having some good news related to that. Okay, suppose if you are already into a relationship, if you are already into married life and all, then I will say that this transit of Mercury is going to give very good results. It will allow you to bind more better with your partner. Although yes, Mercury in 7th house normally loses its directional strength, so definitely there can be a time when you may feel critical about your partner. Okay, but I will say that try to avoid it and have a proper communication between you and your partner. That will give you much more better results. Okay, but as I said, that it will improve the communication and bonding between you and your partner. Now suppose you are into business or you are into trade, there is a chance that you may get collaborated with some new business agency or new person with regards to your business and partnership during this particular transit of Mercury, and it will also give you good results with regards to that business partnership. There can be a new chance of collaboration and also expansion of business. Okay, now 7th house is fourth from the 4th house. So basically it may also happen that you may get chance to buy a new property. If you're thinking regarding that, you may get some new opportunity regarding that. There is a possibility that uh, some good news related to your home or home domestic affairs may come in front of you, or it may also indicate that overall happiness at the marital space, at the domestic space. Okay, it will be a very good results, giving you very good results with regards to that. Okay, make the most out of it. So that's it for the Gemini ascendant people. For the Cancer ascendant people, Mercury is your 12th lord, Mercury is your 3rd lord, and Mercury will be transiting in your 6th house. Now sorry, now this transit of Mercury is like, I will say, it's average transit, okay types transit. Okay, not so good, not so bad. We have to take it accordingly. Now suppose if you are associated with any work related to finance, data or communication, in that regard this transit of Mercury is going to give you very good results, because you will be able to learn new things with day to day activities. You will feel that yes, challenges are coming, because it is the 12th lord transiting in the 6th house. Okay, so you will see that challenges are coming, some unknown challenges are coming, but you will be able to face it. You will learn new things, and day to day life you will feel that okay, new things are coming in front of me, but I am also ready to learn it, I am also ready to work on it. Okay, so every day will be a new day for you during this particular transit, since it is in the 6th house. But yes, overall I will say that you will be able to learn new things from it, and a time will come when you will feel that yes, this transit was necessary for me, because if this transit wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have learned new things at my workspace, and ultimately it will give you very good results. Because then what will happen, when Mercury finally enters the sign of Capricorn in its 7th house, and 7th house is also the house of mass, fame or favors from the employer. So what hard work you are doing now during these 2 months, you will reap the results when it enters the sign of Capricorn. Okay, now this is the positive side. Means now let us talk about the other side of the coin. See, Mercury is the third lord transiting through the 6th house, so this may also indicate that there can be some communication issues between the people at your work environment, be it co-workers or be it your like superiors and all. Okay, means at times it can make you very fierce in your work. Okay, and that can lead to some kind of arguments and all, so you have to avoid it in that regard. And third lord and 12th lord transiting in the 6th house, so basically you have to also work on your communication and your efforts. You may also feel at times that health, if not followed a proper discipline, or if not followed a proper day-to-day life schedule in a proper manner, then that can create some kind of health issues, or you may at times feel very lazy or lethargic, because third house is efforts and it is transiting through the house of struggles, that is the 6th house. So you may feel that I have to do a lot of hard work daily, so at times you may feel very lethargic and lazy. So you have to at times make a proper schedule for your day-to-day life activities with regards to your health. Also make sure that you follow that, because it is a not a transit of 18 days or 20 days. Normally what happens with Mercury, it is almost a transit of 2 months. Okay, so you have to make sure regarding those things. What type of communication you are making during this particular time, or how you are expressing your intelligence, how you are expressing your thoughts during this particular time has to be looked upon, because this can lead to some fierce communication at times, and it may create some problems. Okay, try to avoid it. If not possible to avoid, then I will say that be very reasonable. The things which are meant to be said, only say that, else try to be a bit silent during this particular time. Another thing is that Mercury will be looking onto your 12th house, it is the 12th lord also. And 6th house is basically work, 6th house is also service, your work, your job. So suppose if you are having a job at a place which requires the interaction with some foreign clients, or suppose you are associated with any work where you need to talk with some multinational companies or some clients related to that, or if you are having a business in some far away place, or you are associated with any work related to import or export type of business, okay, so in that case this Mercury is going to give you very good results. So, and as I said before also, that if you are associated with any work related to data, finance, okay, it will give you very good results. Okay, so make the most out of it. Yes, health is a matter, you have to look into that factor. Otherwise I will say that overall this transit of Mercury is going to be means it's Aries transit, but we can make it to our favor in one way or the other. So make the most out of it. That's it for the Cancer ascendant people. For the Leo ascendant people, Mercury rules your 2nd house and Mercury rules your 11th house. So basically Mercury rules your finances, your wealth, your incoming of wealth, your fulfillment of desires, your family values and family matters. So Mercury is a very important planet for you. Mercury is transiting in your 5th house. So basically it's a wonderful transit for making important decisions related to finances, investments. So you will be able to take better decisions with regards to investments and finances. Not only that, it will also allow you to manage your wealth properly, and it will also make opportunity to have more making you more financially independent, and also better opportunity for incoming of wealth and making more sources of wealth. Basically means you may get that kind of planning, or you may get that kind of work in which if you work you are going to get good results. Not only that, this will also improve your fame and name in front of your near and dear ones, because 5th house is the house of creative self expression, and it is aspecting the 11th house, its own sign, Gemini. Okay, so in your network circle, in the workspace, the especially for with the people who are in some higher ranks, so you will be able to have a better communication with them. So ultimately your name, fame will also improve. This is also a time you will be able to spend some quality time with your family members, with your near and dear ones. There can be a possibility of get together, there can be a possibility of vacation, holiday with your near and dear ones, with your family members. So basically at the personal space also, this is a wonderful time. Suppose if you are in a love relationship, in that case also this Mercury is going to give you very good results. It will improve the bonding between you and your partner. And suppose if you are not, then there is a chance that you may get into a new kind of love relationship during this particular time. This transit of Mercury, which will be also good for your children and your progeny. Okay, it is also a good time for them, for their studies, for their overall development at the mental level. And since 2nd house and 5th house is also the house connected with education, and 11th house is the house of rewards, recognition. So during this particular time you may get rewarded, you may get recognition with regards to your education, with regards to your learning. So suppose if you are a student, then this is a very good time to devote yourself in towards your education in a more primary form. If you are able to do that, then that is a possibility that can lead to more recognition, and you may get some name, fame and applause with regards to your education and your learning and your wisdom. Okay, suppose if you are thinking to start any work or any study related to religious scriptures or dharmic scriptures, then this is a wonderful time. You will be able to perform it, you will be able to learn it, it will improve your grasping power of knowledge. Okay, so I will say that many good things to be followed up. Okay, just make the most out of it. And I feel that since Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and Jupiter is aspecting the sign of Sagittarius from the 9th house, it is transiting in the 9th house for you, for the Leo ascendant people. So it's a wonderful time, I will say. Okay, so make the most out of it for the Leo ascendant people. Okay, so that's it for all the Leo ascendant people. Make the most of it. I will say that it's a wonderful transit for you for the next 2 months for the Mercury transit. Okay, for the Virgo ascendant people, I will say that this transit for the Virgo people is also going to be very good. Means Mercury is transiting in your 4th house. Mercury happens to be a Lagna lord, Mercury happens to be a 10th lord. Okay, and Mercury is transiting in the 4th house. So basically this is the time when you will be able to have more focus, attention and more devotion towards your domestic matters, your homely matters. Okay, so you will be able to spend more time with your near and dear ones, specifically the people whom you connect emotionally, specifically your mother. Okay, so there is a possibility that suppose if you work in some faraway place during this particular 2 months, there is a possibility that you may feel more homesick or more nostalgic, and all of a sudden you may feel that no, I have to come back to home. So there is a possibility that you may visit your home, you may visit your homeland, okay, your native place, and spend some time with your near and dear ones, with your family, with your mother specifically. Okay, this is a time to improve your health, because 4th house, the house of nutrition. Mercury is a Lagna lord. Mercury is also a 10th lord. 10th lord and 1st lord has something to do with vitality, because 10th house is the house where sun is vitality, and sun is in the that midheaven. Okay, so first house and 10th house has something to do with vitality, and that planet Mercury is transiting in the 4th house of nutrition. So this is also a time, if we follow better health practices, then this is a time of not only maintaining a good health, good life, good emotions, but also suppose if you are going through some kind of health issues, suppose, then you will be able to recover from it. You will get some better solutions regarding how to improve your health mentally, physically. It will be a very good time. Now, depending upon where Mercury is in which planet, on which planet Mercury is transiting, that will also have a different kind of results. Like suppose in your 4th house some other planets are there and Mercury is transiting over it, so that will have a different kind of results, or which dasa you are running, that will completely impact the transit. But definitely with regards to transit, specifically with regards to this transit, and since it is a 2 months long transit, so I will say that definitely it is a good transit for you. Another thing, suppose if you are planning a new kind of renovation, like beautifying your house or extending your home or building some new kind of things in your home, then this is a good time. You will be able to perform it, you will be able to taking care of it, because 10th house is work. Basically 10th house is our karma. Okay, and 4th house is your homely matters. So some kind of karma related to your homely matters. Okay, so that means renovation, building, or even purchasing a new property, landed property, or if you are associated with any work related to buying or selling of property, real estate, construction business, in that regard also this transit of Mercury is going to give you very good results. 4th house is basically the house of education. 10th house is your work, your karma. Okay, first house is you, your personality. So suppose if you are associated with any work related to education fraternity, counseling, teaching, mentorship, mentoring, in that case also this transit is going to give you very good results. Okay, now another thing is that Mercury will be looking onto your 10th house, because 10th house is ruled by your Mercury. Okay, so during this particular time you will enjoy a very sophisticated, happy life, luxurious life, and again at the same time you will be able to follow up your work. So two things will go on at the same time. You may also get some like chances of vacation, or you may get some relief from your superiors that okay, take your time, do your work on your ways. Okay, means this kind of relaxation can be there, a very good bonding between you and your superiors during this particular time. Okay, so make the most out of it. I will say it's a very good transit for all the Virgo ascendant people, and if regulated properly, it will be highly beneficial for you at multiple fronts. Okay, emotionally, physically, your work, okay, family matters, domestic matters, everything. So everything will be covered. So make the most out of it for all the Virgo ascendant people. Okay, for the Libra ascendant people, now Mercury is your 12th lord and 9th lord of fortune, and Mercury is transiting in the 3rd house. For the Libra ascendant people, I will say it's a very important transit, because Mercury is basically intelligence and communication, means ideas, thoughts, expression of ideas and thoughts, something coming into your mind, yes, innovative ideas. And that Mercury is transiting through the house of communication, innovative ideas, thoughts, explorations, 3rd house basically. Okay, so 3rd house energy and energy of Mercury, they will be like in sync with each other. So I will say that suppose you are means associated with anything related to communication, that can be media, mass communication, journalism, or if you are a student related to that, means you will be performing very good. Or suppose if you are a teacher, you are a preacher, you are a mentor, you are a consultant, you are a counselor, or you are a orator. Okay, or someone who does poetry, someone who give speeches. Okay, means nowadays you will see that many people are doing podcast and all in YouTube and all. Okay, you will see that for them, if they are Libra ascendant and Mercury is transiting in the third house, for all of them this transit is going to give very good results. Suppose in general way also I will say that it will improve your communication, it will improve your way of speaking the things. Yes, during this particular time, one thing for sure is that you will be bringing forth all the true things in your communications. Now here is the catch phase. You will try to look out for the ideas and thoughts and the solutions. This is basically the transit of finding the solutions, finding the good things in your life, because ninth house is truth and it is the ninth lord, and it is the third house where it is transiting through the ninth sign of the zodiac, that is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the ninth sign which happens to be your third house. So it may also happen that when you express your thoughts and ideas and your the true wise knowledge, you have to make sure that with whom you are indicating, with whom you are distributing that kind of knowledge. Okay, they may not, or they should not take it in a wrong way, because sometimes you see that truth may become bitter truth. Okay, you say something very good, you are saying it honestly, you are saying it means the raw form, the unadulterated truth, but the people who are listening it, they may not take it rightly, because that's how Sagittarius and Mercury plays the game. Okay, so you have to have a more reasonable way of speaking the things in front of others. Okay, make sure that you should not hurt anyone at the same time, because as I say that it's a wonderful time for communication. So suppose if you are a public speaker, in that particular case you will be able to bring forth those points which other people may not look into it. So you will be like looking into the core of the knowledge and everything. Okay, so there is a chance of short travels, there is a chance of like moving to one place to another, there is a chance of relocation also, and ultimately it is going to give you very good results. You may also get connected with people from far away lands, because it is the 12th lord also. You may all of a sudden may get into some like communication with foreign clients, or suppose if you are into any kind of work related to multinational company, or connecting with people living in faraway lands, in that case also this transit of Mercury is going to give you very good results. Okay, so make the most out of it. Another thing before I end it, another thing is that Mercury will look into your ninth house. So it will be good for your religious activities also, following religious rituals and customs also. There can be a short travel to some religious place. You may move to visit some temples. Okay, or some religious places, or meeting into some spiritual and religious communities also. Okay, it is a very good time to communicate and have a proper bonding between you and your father and elders of your family. Okay, you will also get benefit or some help from your younger siblings, your friends, and the people of your daily contact. Okay, very good time to have a communication between your father and your guru and elders of your family, I will say. So make the most of it, most out of it. That's it for the Libra ascendant people. Okay, for the Scorpio ascendant people, Mercury happens to be your 11th lord, Mercury happens to be your 8th lord, and Mercury is transiting in your second house. Now since 8th lord is transiting in the second house, and it is happens to be your 11th lord also, so I will say that there can be all of a sudden you may get some opportunity for money income. Okay, or incoming of wealth. Okay, all of a sudden. But again, since it is your 8th lord, there is also possibility of expenditures. Okay, and since second house is the house of Marak, it is the Marakasthan, and it is the 8th lord. So during this particular time you need to be very careful regarding your health also. Specifically I will say Mercury happens to be nervous system of our body. Okay, so if you are having any problem related to nervous system or nerve related problems, during this particular time you need to be a bit careful, because you see Sagittarius is the fiery sign. Okay, so here Mercury will be all of a sudden will be forced to expose its results, okay, very fiercely. So during this particular time you need to be very careful regarding that nerve related problems also. And since second house is our face and Mercury is skin, so there can be some skin related issues also. So you need to be very careful regarding these two things very importantly. Okay, now as I said that some sudden incoming of wealth and money, that kind of things is possible. Again, since it is your 8th lord and it is transiting through the second house of family, so there can be all of a sudden some miscommunication, or there can be some harsh communications, okay, between you and your family members, your near and dear ones, all of a sudden. Okay, so you need to be very careful regarding that. You should not say something which can lead to some disrespect to your elders of your family. Don't do that, because later on you may feel that you shouldn't have done so, because that is how 8th house will play its role. Okay, means with regards to how you are communicating with your family members or how you are dealing with the family matters, you need to be very careful. There can be some possibility of expenditures with regards to family matters and all. Okay, means you may feel that okay, I have to buy something, or there can be expenditures related to that. Now since Mercury will be looking on to the 8th house from the second house, this is also a time when you may also feel that you may learn new things related to occult science, and it will also take care regarding the bonding between you and your in-laws, suppose if you are married. Okay, in that case, or you will be able to perform the proper responsibility and commitment towards you and your partner. Okay, because that is how 8th house plays the role. Now since your 11th lord Mercury is transiting in the second house, suppose if you are associated with any work related to trade, finance, banking, okay, in that case this particular transit of Mercury is going to give you very good results, and it will also improve the bonding between you and your network circle, your friends, friend circle also. It will improve the bonding between you and between them. Okay, so make the most out of it. And I will say that only two things, health and the expenditure part, and yes, to some extent that family matter, that how you are connecting with them. These 2-3 matters are there where you need to be a bit careful. Otherwise I will say that rest of the things will be better for you, will be in your favor. Okay, so that's it for the Scorpio ascendant people. Make the most out of it. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, Mercury is transiting in your first house, and Mercury happens to be your 7th lord and 10th lord. Now 10th lord transiting in the first house. Now let us talk about how Mercury will be giving you results in the first house. Normally transit of Mercury in the first house is considered very good, because it not only gains the directional strength, but also it improves the logical and analytical intellect of the person. Now you will be able to take decisions more wisely, with full intellect. You will be able to justify the things, good or bad, in a more prompt manner. Your decision making will be improved, your health will be improved. Okay, and it will give you a very good personality. Okay, means you will be able to mix with a group of people very easily. Your relationship matters will be much more resolved, because Mercury will be looking onto your 7th house, and you will see that yes, I know how to resolve it, I know how to solve the problems. Okay, so you will become a very good problem solver during this particular time. Now 10th lord Mercury is coming into the first house in the transit, so it will be very good for your work. It will make you like self independent with regards to your work. You will feel that yes, I know how to do it, and without even anyone helps you or not, you will be able to complete your work on time. And this will not only bring name fame to you, but also it will improve your reputation, status in front of your work, your working environment, your superiors and authorities. Okay, so it's a very good time with regards to your work and your personal development. 7th lord Mercury is coming into the first house and transit. Okay, so the first thing which I will say is that very good time for your relationship. Means there is a possibility that if you are not married and if you are thinking for a marriage or relationship, then you may all of a sudden get a opportunity for a new relationship, or new marriage proposals may come in front of you, or there can be some negotiations going on, okay, like marriage like discussions or negotiations. All of a sudden it may start, because it is a 2 months transit, okay, it's not a very short transit, it's a almost 2 months. So this kind of things may all of a sudden start in your life, okay. It will not only improve the bonding between you and your partner, but also there is a chance that you may get into a new kind of bonding or relationship if you are not married, okay. With regards to your business and trade, I will also say that since it is your 10th lord and 7th lord both, I will say that this is a time when you may get into a new kind of collaboration, or you may expand your business. You may get opportunity to bind with some other person at the business level, at the professional level, okay. So professionally also this particular transit is very good. Now 7th lord is basically mass fame, 10th lord is also mass fame and public fame. Now 7th house is 10th from the 10th house, so favors from the employer, and that planet is transiting through the first house. So during this particular time there is a possibility that you may get some help, support or favors from your authorities, from your employer, from your superiors, and that may go on. Means all of a sudden you will feel that you are in problem, or you are in some kind of trouble, someone or the other will come in your life, or will help you. Oh, do it this way, make it in this way, okay, or you get some solution all of a sudden. So overall I will say that it's a very good transit for you. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, you see that Jupiter is transiting in the 5th house now, and Jupiter is also aspecting your means the first house, okay. So I will say that it's a very good transit for you, make the most out of it, okay. And since Jupiter from the 5th house it is transiting, that means it also indicates that there is a chance that you may have some good get together or enjoy some personal time with your partner also. Suppose you are thinking to move to some place, have some enjoy some vacation and all, that kind of possibility is also there for the Sagittarius ascendant people. So make the most out of it. That's it for the Sagittarius ascendant people. For the Capricorn ascendant people, Mercury is transiting in the 12th house, and for the Capricorn people, Mercury rules your 6th house and Mercury rules your 9th house. Now for the Capricorn ascendant people, I will say that this transit has to be like it's a average transit, not that great, not that bad. It means it's okay. It's okay transit, it's a average transit, I will say. You see your 9th lord transiting into the 12th house. So basically this is a time when if you are a student or if you are associated with any kind of work where you need to move a lot, so there is a chance that you may move to some far away place with regards to your work or with regards to your education. Suppose if you are thinking for a long distance travel in with regards to your learning, education, okay, in some far away place, then this particular transit of Mercury is going to give you very good results. You will be able to move to some far away place with regards to learning, or it may be possible that you may move to some far away place and ultimately you may find a good guide or mentor or guru who can help you with regards to your work and study, okay, during this particular time. Now 9th lord transiting in the 12th house, and that 9th lord Mercury happens to be a 6th lord also. So during this particular time you need to be very careful regarding the health of your father, okay, because 9th house is father, okay, and that Mercury happens to be your 6th lord also transiting in the 12th house. So you need to be very careful regarding the health of your father and how you are connecting with your father. There can be a communication gap at times between you and your father, because 12th house is the house of other realm. It is a Dusthana house basically, okay. So there can be miscommunication, because normally Mercury in the 12th house leads to miscommunication. So you have to be very careful regarding that. Another thing how to tackle it is that means we may feel that whatever we are communicating or whatever we are trying to say the other people are understanding, but in 12th house Mercury transit, what will happen? That is not the case. We may feel that that person is understanding, but that person will not understand. You have to make him or her explain the things, each and everything, point by point. That then only the communication will be established. Otherwise, that can lead to miscommunications. Now, since Mercury has something to do with finances also, it is the 12th house. So I will say that make sure that you do not get into too much expenditures, because there is a chance that if you mishandle your finances, there can be some kind of losses. Okay, in that regard you have to be very careful. Now, since Mercury happens to be your sixth lord is job, and 12th house is far away lands, 9th house is long distance travel. So with regard to your job, there is a chance that you may get into some travel into some faraway place, and it may also happen that you may not like it all of a sudden. Means you may not like it to move to that faraway place, but all of a sudden that things may be like you have to move to some faraway place, or you have to go to some faraway place with regards to your work. Okay, specifically if you are associated with any work related to multinational company, foreign trade, okay, or you are connected with some foreign clients, you have some business in some faraway place, or export import type business, in that regard I'm talking about. Okay, so make the most out of it. That's it for the Capricorn ascendant people. For the Aquarius ascendant people, now for the Aquarius ascendant people, as I say that Mercury is transiting in the 11th house, and Mercury happens to be your 5th lord and 8th lord. Now Mercury's transit in the 11th house is always good. Nowadays Mercury has the means Mercury has the rulership or ownership, or I will say Mercury is the significator of multiple things in this world. Whatever we do in all of the works, you will see that some element of Mercury is there. See, in this world, social communication and social networking is becoming more strong. It is growing heavily. Okay, artificial intelligence is growing, data science is growing, mass communication, journalism, and everything, even education and how we are connecting with each other, everything is Mercury. There are other elements of other planets also, but basically the core thing is Mercury. If you are unable to communicate with other person, everything is gone. Okay, so that's Mercury, the core thing. And Mercury is transiting into the sign of Sagittarius in 11th house. So it's a wonderful time. This 2 months transit, you will be able to connect with your network circle if you are working in a team. Basically, whatever work we do, if we help others, and if you also get help from others, means mutual cooperation in our work, that not only emphasizes or advances our work to success, but also it improves the time management properly, and this Mercury will do the same. This Mercury will improve the communication between you and your the co-workers and other team members in your network circle, but also you will feel that you will be able to do the smart work. Why smart work? Because Mercury rules your 5th house, your 5th house of intelligence. It is just looking onto the 5th house, its own sign. Okay, Gemini, the sign of Gemini. So you will be able to learn new things and apply those things in your work. So basically smart work, smart intelligence. You will be able to bond properly and make new networks. Okay, suppose if you are associated with marketing, finance, sales, okay, in that regards this particular transit of Mercury is going to give you very good results. Now since it is your 11th lord transiting, means it is your 8th lord also transiting in the 11th house. So yes, some all of a sudden some work may come in front of you, or there can be all of a sudden some miscommunication between you and your network circles, but yes, you will be able to tackle it, you will be able to resolve it. But overall I will say it's a wonderful transit for the Aquarius ascendant people. I will also say here is that you will get help from your elder cousin or your elder sibling during this particular transit. Another thing is that Mercury, since it is in the 11th house and looking on to your 5th house, good for your education, good for your creativity. good for your love and relationship. Means if you are into in a love relationship, or if you are thinking to get into a love relationship, in that case also this transit of Mercury is going to give very good results. Another thing is that 5th house is speculation, 8th house is sudden things, okay, and 11th house is gains. Now depending upon your dasa, definitely depending upon your horoscope and dasa, if that is favorable, then this particular transit is going to give you very good results to those people who are into speculative business or speculation. Like if you are into nowadays everything comes into the forefront, correct? TV, theaters and everything, even the music videos and all the podcast and everything. So if you are Aquarius ascendant and that dasa and horoscope is supporting, then this particular transit of Mercury will be like highly successful for you. Okay, so all of a sudden you will see that you are getting name, fame, recognition, because 11th house is basically name, fame, recognition, fulfillment of desires. Okay, so this is going to give you very good results with that regards also. So make the most out of it. Definitely it has something to do with the dasa and the horoscope also, but overall what I see that the transit of Mercury into the 11th house, it's a very good transit for you. So make the most out of it, and all the best for all the Aquarius ascendant people. Okay, for the Pisces ascendant people, Mercury is transiting in the 10th house. Mercury is your 4th lord and your 7th lord. Okay, and Mercury is transiting in the 10th house. Normally transit of Mercury into the 10th house is considered very good. It improves your work, it improves your creativity, your logical and analytical intelligence, your communication between your co-workers and all the people in the working environment, your superiors and authorities. Wonderful time to discuss things with your superiors, like suppose you wanted to discuss certain things with regards to your matter, with regards to your working methodologies. Okay, it's a wonderful time. Okay, you will also see that you are getting help and support from your partner and spouse, because Mercury happens to be your 7th lord also. And at the professional level also, what I can see that suppose if you are into any kind of business or trade, then there is a possibility that you may get the opportunity to expand your work, or you may get a new kind of collaboration, because 10th house is mid heaven, 10th house is also your status, name, fame, and 7th house is the how you are connecting with other people, that is at the professional level, and that is business and trade. Okay, so good opportunity to improve your or enhance your business proposals, trades and collaborations. 4th lord, Mercury happens to be your 4th lord coming into your 10th house. So that means this particular transit, I will say, with regards to the 4th house, you will be more focused towards your work. You will be more focused towards your work. So this, during this particular time, you have to have a proper balance between your domestic life and your work, your relationship matters and married life, and your work. Means your main focus will be your intelligence and everything, means all your thoughts will be towards your work, how to improve it. So at the professional level, it's very good. You will be able to improve your work, you improve the work environment, you may also get some good responsibilities. Okay, you may also get some sudden favors from your employers. Okay, means work wise it's very good, but as I said, it is your 4th lord and 7th lord also. So domestic matters and your relationship matters. Okay, your married life, means at the personal space I'm talking about. So you have to maintain a proper means balance at the domestic matters, at the personal matters and your work life. Now suppose someone will say that you are completely not into any kind of relationship, or you are not married. In that regard, I will say that 7th lord transiting in the 10th house, all of a sudden you may get some favor or support from your employers. Okay, or with your work, with your hard work, you may get some fame in your public image, or you may get some good name, fame and reputation. Okay, or applause, Okay, in that regard it is a good thing, but suppose if you are in any kind of relationship in that regards, you need to have a more responsibility, because you see 10th house is also a responsibility and commitment. So at times you may feel that my relationships, my domestic front is becoming a responsibility for me. All of a sudden you feel that should I do that or should I do that. So you have to have maintain a proper balance, a proper decorum between both the things. You have to balance it. So make the most out of it. That's it for the Pisces ascendant people. Okay, and that's it for all the 12 ascendant signs. If you have liked this video, press the like button, share to your near and dear ones, and if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. And for any type of consultation, check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. So that's it from my side today. Next time when I come back, I will be coming back with some another interesting video. So thanking you. Bye bye.